We have something special for you. Hey, talk about a treat. We woke up the boys early because something big is happening in Whistler. Jason came all the way from Montreal, Oyster, Shucker extraordinaire, and Andre from Bearfoot Bistro.
Good morning. Good morning.
In Whistler, good morning to you both. There's a competition happening this weekend. We're talking oysters, we're talking drinks. Andre, you came on last year. Give us the scoop of what this event's all about.
So it's the Bearfoot Bistro World Oyster Invitational and Bloody Caesar Battles. So we invited the top shuckers from around the world, from Denmark, from Tokyo, from Sweden,
from Montreal.
Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, all over the world to come and compete for the title of the world champion and a prize of $5,000. And all this for a great charity for the playground builders, which they build playgrounds around the world in war-torn countries like Afghanistan and Iraq. So we support this charity.
Get to work hard, we get to play hard, and obviously support a great cause like the charitable tie. And now, Jason, the art of the oyster shuck. I said to you before, I'm like, you're going to teach me how to do it, but how many times do people stab themselves? Not that we encourage that when they're trying to shuck.
It's inevitable. When you open an oyster, and if you're opening oysters at fast speed, no matter what, sometimes you're going to get a shell that's a little bit less brittle than others, and with the pressure that you're putting under the oyster and the speed, you're just going to enter the shucker into your hand. So
here we go. I'm going to make the attempt, and then the pro's going to do it. Proper form when it comes to shucking the oyster.
So you're going to want to pretty much, I mean, for beginners or for people that are at home and don't know how to open an oyster, essentially you're just going to want to cover the hand with the cloth, just to make sure that if you do slip, you're not going to go into your hand.
That's a good plan.
So number one, you go in, you kind of jiggle your shucker a little bit so it just pops the hinge, and you scrape. There's a muscle on the top and there's a muscle on the bottom. So you want to really kind of just cut the tendon, very kind of just like a flick of the wrist, and then there you go. You got the top of the muscle.
And then just go for the slurp like Andre did right before the break.
Actually, no, because you still have to take the muscle off on the bottom. So take the muscle on the bottom, detach the oyster completely, and bang, there you go.
There you go.
Then you can enjoy. Okay, I'm going to take a quick stab at this. Andre, what are they looking at when we're shucking these oysters to be like
the other way around?
Okay,
that's the other way around. That's the first thing.
These are great. A good start.
These are Sawmill Bay, and Sawmill Bay is actually our presenting sponsor for the event, but they're my favorite oyster. They're wonderful oysters.
Okay.
And then exactly, you got it. You just push more in,
just
right in,
twist
and pop it
a little bit.
There you go.
Oh,
there you
you
go.
stabbed it a bit though. There was
That's okay.
A little bit of shell.
Gently remove.
You got it.
But there are a lot of things when it comes to the art of the oyster shuck, with the shell, the consistency, the presentation, no?
The presentation counts, the shell. You don't want shell in the oyster. You don't want to actually
just pull that right off.
Well,
that's okay. You still cut it.
It's all right. Can you salvage that one?
Oh, yeah,
you can salvage that. Absolutely.
Sweet deals. Now, how many when you're judging this art form?
30.
There's 30.
30. There's 3 different types: East Coast, West Coast, and small Olympians.
Yeah.
And of course, Sawmill Bay, and then Raspberry Point from the East Coast PEI. And there are heat waves of 3. So there's 4 shuckers at a time. They compete, and whoever finishes first. And then the judges look for the perfection of the oyster, how it's presented, making sure there's still some water into the oyster, and making sure the muscle's properly severed. Then there's no pieces, particles of shells inside the oyster, and no blood, because that is always how that happens. Like even last year, some of the guys, because they're going so fast, they cut themselves.
Oh
yeah. So those you lose points for on every one of those counts.
That's good. I would probably add a little blood to the competition. That's why I'm not competing this year. We just saw one of the photos turnout. How big is this turnout for this competition, Andre?
500, and we're sold out. So unfortunately, this year there's no more tickets. So for those who want to come, they'll have to come buy some tickets early for next year.
Already supported at barefootbistro.com/events is one of the websites, and we'll pop off the other websites for the great charities you're supporting. As we go to break, let's see it. How many oysters can you shuck in the last 15 seconds?
Right,
it's on you. He's the champ. Boys, thanks for waking up early. Let's watch them go. Not even a cloth right there?
No cloth. Cloth slows you down a little bit.
I like it. You're bringing the best of the best together, Andre. We'll let him keep oyster shuck. Breakfast of Champions here for the crew this morning. How about that? We'll take a break. Entertainment. We're talking the Bond franchise. Who just signed on to direct? Thor will have that answer for you in just a few. Good form.